A man walked into a dealership, handed over $200,000, and rode home on the exact same motorcycle that won the MotoGP World Championship. Not inspired by it, not based on it, the same machine, the same engine, the same chassis, the same bike that professional riders, the best in the world, said was too violent, too unpredictable, too dangerous to control. And Ducati sold it to the public anyway. This is the Desmosedici RR, and the story of how it exists at all should not be possible. In 2003, Ducati entered MotoGP for the first time. They weren't supposed to win. MotoGP was Honda's world, Yamaha's world. Japanese engineering had dominated the premier class for decades. Ducati was an Italian brand with a romantic history and zero experience at this level. They won anyway. By 2007, Casey Stoner, a 21-year-old Australian nobody had heard of, took the Ducati Desmosedici GP7 and destroyed the entire field. He didn't just win the championship, he won 10 races in a season. He made it look effortless, and he did it on a motorcycle that his own teammates admitted terrified them. That bike, that exact DNA, is what Ducati decided to bottle up and sell to civilians. They called the project the Desmosedici RR. RR stood for Race Replica, and for once in motorsport history, that name was not marketing. It was a literal statement of fact. Let's talk about what they actually built. The engine is a 989cc L-twin, desmodromic valve system, meaning no valve springs. The valves are opened and closed mechanically with absolute precision at every RPM. That system is Ducati's signature. It allows the engine to rev beyond what any spring-controlled valve could survive. The Desmosedici RR screams to 14,000 RPM on a street-legal motorcycle. That number belongs on a Formula One car. Power output in full race trim, 200 horsepower from a single engine on a motorcycle weighing just 171 kilograms dry. That power-to-weight ratio sits alongside the most extreme track machines ever built. For road-registered use, Ducati detuned it slightly. It didn't matter. The bike still felt like nothing else on Earth. The chassis is a twin-spar aluminum frame, the same architecture used on the full factory GP bike. The suspension is fully adjustable Öhlins at both ends. The brakes are Brembo, the same supplier that stops Formula One cars. The exhaust exits through a single undertail silencer that sounds, and this is not an exaggeration, identical to the factory MotoGP machine at full throttle. Ducati fitted it with a slipper clutch, a quick shifter, and traction control, not because they wanted to make it comfortable, because without those systems, the average rider would not make it out of the paddock. And here is the detail that separates this motorcycle from every other race replica ever sold: the riding position. Ducati did not soften it. They did not raise the bars. They did not move the foot pegs back. The Desmosedici RR puts you in an identical position to Casey Stoner on the factory bike, completely folded over the tank, chin almost touching the instruments. Every road imperfection transmitted directly into your wrists. It is not comfortable. It was never supposed to be. Ducati announced they would build exactly 1,500 units worldwide. That was it. No exceptions, no second run. 1,500 motorcycles for the entire planet. The price at launch was €62,000. In the United States, that converted to roughly $72,000. For context, you could buy a Porsche 911 for that money. A base Ferrari was not far beyond it. People paid it without hesitation. The waiting list formed before the bike was even revealed. Collectors who had never ridden a motorcycle at this level put their names down immediately because they understood what Ducati was offering. Not a fast bike, not an exotic, a piece of motorsport history that you could legally register, insure, and ride on public roads. But here is what those buyers discovered when they actually got on it. The Desmosedici RR is not a motorcycle you learn on. It is not forgiving. It does not reward aggression unless that aggression is perfectly precise. The power delivery in the lower gears is savage. The front end loads and unloads in ways that feel completely unpredictable until you understand the chassis completely. Professional test riders with decades of experience described the first few laps as genuinely intimidating. Most of the 1,500 units sold have extremely low mileage, not because their owners love them, because their owners are afraid of them. They sit in climate-controlled garages, covered, untouched, treated not as motorcycles, but as sculptures, as investments. Because a low-mileage Desmosedici RR in 2024 sells for well over $150,000. Some pristine examples have crossed $200,000. Ducati accidentally created one of the greatest appreciating assets in motorcycle history. The Desmosedici RR was sold in 2008, nearly 20 years ago, and no manufacturer has done what Ducati did since. Nobody has taken their active, current, championship-winning MotoGP machine and offered it directly to the public. Honda hasn't, Yamaha hasn't, Aprilia hasn't. Ducati did it once for 1,500 people and then closed the door forever. What they created in those 1,500 units is irreplaceable. Not just as a collector's item, as a document, a physical record of what motorsport engineering looked like at its absolute peak, translated as faithfully as the law would allow into something a human being could register, ride, and own. Casey Stoner won the 2007 MotoGP World Championship on a version of this engine, on a version of this chassis, on a version of this geometry. 1,500 people got to feel what that means from the seat of the motorcycle. Not a simulator, not a museum exhibit, the real thing. If you want one today and you have the money, you will search for months. The ones that come up for sale are priced accordingly because the people who own them understand exactly what they have. A world championship in a garage on 2 wheels. Ducati built the most authentic race replica in motorcycle history. They built exactly 1,500, and they will never do it again. Drop a comment. If you had $200,000, would you ride it or keep it in the garage? And if you haven't subscribed to Billionaire Garage Official yet, you're already missing the best motorcycle content on YouTube. Hit that button right now.